This is Goliath in more or less its finished state, and my previous videos given a bit of a boost by Terry suggesting it, so thank you for all those that have looked in. And also what I want to do is, I've learned so much from the internet and watching the YouTube videos, is I'm going to take this to bits and then show you how it's put together. And first of all, to thank Terry and Keith for suggesting the name and the classification of Q-1. That's very much appreciated. It was satin black. I didn't like that, so I've gone for very high temperature black, this stuff, which cures rather than dries as such, especially as an epoxy. I had trouble to stick to the brass. I've tried etch primer, that didn't work too well, and I've also tried zinc chromate primer, that's aircraft stuff. That didn't work too well either. That's after it's been degreased, cleaned and scrubbed, but I may be repainting it in future. Just to explain the controls at the top, we've got a funnel here which has a chuffer underneath, which I made from aluminium tube, which I use for a pitot tube on a aircraft restoration project. Underneath there is the safety valve, and that just blows off so it's visible. And this bit here is so you can adjust the gas tank underneath there, which works absolutely fine. So once it's all filled and fuel, etc., the body shell can go back on and it can be run. If you are inspired to have a go at making your own locomotive, I would strongly recommend it. It's been a very rewarding process. I've made lots of mistakes, and if you watch this, you may pick up something of value to stop repeating the mistakes. So, first of all, we've got a Roundhouse Engineering 060 Lady Anne chassis. This is the second Roundhouse locomotive I've got, and I can't recommend them highly enough. Customer service is great, the quality of the kits are great, and there's everything you need in the boxes. They don't come cheap, but then that's what you pay for quality. Start at the front, and then I made a chuffer out of pitot tube, and this is a 2-pack epoxy to hold it in there. So a metal type stuff like the thingy weld, JB weld. At the back, I had to remake the footplate to get everything to fit in, and where everything was going to sit. So that was a bit of a juggle, and I had to make a battery compartment underneath there for it to fit, whereas on the real Lady Anne, that's where the servo goes. I wanted the body shell to come off completely, so I could then run it without, and then nothing attached to it, nothing in the tender, so I can run it as just a locomotive if I wish. Had to make mounts, had to then modify the mount to get the control throws correct, but that's all set now and it's working fine. The body shell is made from 28 thou brass, which is standard, and some sort of 1/4 by 16th bar, and I've also got some channel which I use for stiffening, which is on that bit there and at the front of the loco there. And I made it in several pieces, as you can see, from the firewall side of things there all the way through with the holes, and painted it black. I kind of made it up as I went along. All these bits go into the various orifices to make it work. But that's all fine. So that's a guided tour of the naked Goliath.